Did UEFA deny Vinicius Jr the Ballon d'Or in favor of Rodri? And if so, was it for reasons beyond the pitch? All this and more will be dissected today by our in-house analysts, Danny and Pam. It's a deep dive into the 2024 Ballon d'Or saga, and you're tuned into Sky Football Talk. On this channel, we go beyond the headlines and dive deep into trending football news to bring you insightful analysis that matters to you. Stick around.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Sky Football Talk. I'm Danny.
And I'm Pam.
And we are diving headfirst into the Ballon d'Or madness.
Oh, yeah, because the football world is absolutely on fire right now.
It really is.
Yeah.
Rodri walks away with the 2024 Ballon d'Or.
And Real Madrid is not happy about it.
Not one bit, even boycotting the entire ceremony.
It's huge.
So was this the right call? Did Vinicius Jr get robbed?
Big questions.
Huge. We're going to break down all the arguments.
All the stats.
All the drama surrounding this controversial decision.
Oh, it's juicy.
So first off, let's address the elephant in the room.
Okay.
A lot of people had Vinicius Jr pegged as the clear favorite.
I mean, he had a stellar season.
For sure with Real Madrid.
Yeah, but Rodri...
It seemed like a left field choice to a lot of people.
Yeah, what's interesting here is that this outcome wasn't just a surprise. It seemed to challenge the very way we've come to think about the Ballon d'Or.
Okay, so let's look at the arguments for each player, starting with Rodri.
Okay.
You can't deny his trophy cabinet this year.
Oh, it's stacked.
Absolutely stacked. A fourth Premier League title in a row with Manchester City, the UEFA Super Cup, the FIFA Club World Cup, and FA Cup final appearance.
Oh.
And to top it all off, a key role in Spain's Euro 2024 victory.
It's impressive. That's an impressive haul.
And it goes beyond just collecting trophies, right? You know, you provided us with articles detailing Pep Guardiola's comments about Rodri calling him irreplaceable.
That's huge.
Especially coming from a manager who's coached a galaxy of stars.
Yeah.
And then there are the stats. I mean, Man City's win rate takes a serious nosedive when he's not on the pitch.
That's true.
That kind of impact, that quiet dominance, it's what separates good players from truly great ones.
He's like the puppet master in the midfield, dictating the flow of the game without needing the spotlight.
Exactly.
But let's get into some specifics, because we got some sources with some pretty compelling stats here.
Okay, lay it on me.
Leading the Premier League in passes under pressure.
Whoa.
That means when the heat is on, he's the coolest head on the pitch.
So true.
And it's not just about playing it safe.
His pass completion rate blows past expected rates, which tells us he's constantly pushing the boundaries, creating opportunities, and taking calculated risks. He's not just keeping possession. He's dictating the attack.
He's dictating the attack. For example, look at his ranking for line-breaking passes.
Oh, yeah.
Those that cut through the opposition's defense and create those heart-stopping moments for fans. To be in the top 5 in the Premier League for a defensive midfielder?
That's unheard of.
Practically unheard of.
Wait, there's more.
There's more.
Tell me, are these chipped passes? I never pictured Rodri as the type to pull off those fancy moves.
Right. And yet he led the entire Premier League in chipped passes. It adds a whole other layer to his game.
Wow.
This unexpected creativity and flair. He's not just a destroyer in the midfield. He's a playmaker, a conductor orchestrating attacks from deep. And let's not forget, he chipped in with 8 goals and 9 assists in the Premier League alone.
Oh, yeah.
That's more than some dedicated attackers manage in a season.
It's almost ironic, right? This under-the-radar midfielder starts getting the recognition he deserves, and boom, a serious injury sidelines him just as the world starts taking notice.
Oh, that's tough.
Speaking of recognition, there's this fascinating tidbit from one of your sources.
Okay.
Man City fans actually unveiled a banner at the Etihad that simply said,
What did it say?
"Can we talk about Rodri?"
What a statement.
Talk about a statement.
It's a testament to how much he's valued by the fans who see him week in and week out. They recognized his brilliance before a lot of the pundits did. Now with this Ballon d'Or win, the world is finally catching up.
All right, before we move on to Vinicius Jr.'s side of the story,
Okay.
we want to give a quick shout out to all of you watching.
Yes.
If you're enjoying this deep dive into the Ballon d'Or drama, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your fellow football fanatics.
Yeah.
We love seeing your comments and getting your take on these hot button issues.
Absolutely.
Now back to the debate. Vinicius Jr.
Right.
He's electrifying, a true showman on the pitch.
Oh, he's so fun to watch.
This past season was phenomenal for him, leading Real Madrid to a La Liga and Champions League double with 24 goals and 11 assists.
Those are some serious numbers.
Those are some serious numbers.
Vinicius Jr. embodies that individual brilliance that so often captures the imagination of fans and voters alike.
Right.
Those highlight reel moments, the incredible dribbling skills, the ability to score goals out of thin air, those are the qualities that can make a player truly stand out.
He's the type of player who can single-handedly change the course of a game in a matter of minutes.
Absolutely.
And he consistently delivers in those crucial moments.
Yeah.
Just look at his performance in the Champions League final.
Oh, yeah.
He was instrumental in securing that victory.
For sure.
But here's a question that's been floating around.
Okay.
Did his lack of success on the international stage with Brazil play a role in the Ballon d'Or decision?
That's the big question, isn't it? I mean, Brazil's quarterfinal exit in the Copa America pales in comparison to Rodri's triumph at Euro 2024.
It does.
It throws a wrench in the whole debate about what really matters when determining the world's best player. Is individual brilliance enough? Or does team success, especially on the international stage, hold more weight?
That's a tough one. And we've got sources arguing both sides of this.
Right.
On one hand, you want to see the world's best performing consistently on the biggest stages, and international tournaments are definitely up there.
Absolutely.
But on the other hand, is it fair to punish a player for their national team shortcomings?
It's a tricky balance. Let's take a deeper look at Vinicius Junior's situation. While he might be surrounded by incredible talent at Real Madrid, he might be carrying a heavier burden with the Brazilian national team. This Ballon d'Or decision definitely forces us to consider the complexities of comparing performances across different teams and competitions. And this brings us to Real Madrid's explosive reaction boycotting the Ballon d'Or ceremony.
Yeah.
That's a huge statement. They felt disrespected not just by Rodri's win, but by what they see as a disregard for Vinicius Jr.'s exceptional season.
Yeah. And their frustration goes even deeper than just Vinicius Jr. They're standing up for other players on their squad who they believe deserve more recognition.
Absolutely. Take Jude Bellingham, for example.
Oh, yeah.
At just 21, he's already one of the most dominant midfielders in the world. His move to Real Madrid from Borussia Dortmund was a huge deal, and he's been living up to the hype, putting in stellar performance after stellar performance.
Yeah. And then there's Dani Carvajal.
Right.
He's been a rock in Real Madrid's defense for years. Maybe he doesn't have the flashy stats as some of the other nominees, but his importance to the team's success is undeniable.
For sure.
In fact, Real Madrid even went so far as to say that based on the Ballon d'Or's supposed emphasis on winning trophies, Carvajal had a stronger claim than Rodri.
It's a bold statement, but it really highlights Real Madrid's belief that team achievements should be a primary factor in deciding the Ballon d'Or. It also underscores the inherent subjectivity of individual awards in a team sport. How do you truly separate individual brilliance from the collective effort that leads to winning those big titles?
It's like trying to untangle a giant knot. Every player contributes in their own way, and trying to rank them in a definitive order will always spark debate. And honestly, that's part of what makes these awards so interesting to dissect.
Couldn't agree more. These discussions force us to think critically about the game. We analyze players beyond just goals and assists. We start to appreciate the nuances that make football so captivating. It's about the tactical awareness, the leadership, the ability to make those game-changing plays when it matters most.
And that's what we're all about here on Sky Football Talk. Diving deep into these complex issues, exploring different perspectives, and sparking a genuine conversation about the beautiful game.
Now, speaking of sparking conversations, this Real Madrid boycott has definitely divided opinions. Some fans see it as a petty, even disrespectful reaction to a disappointing result. They think it overshadows Rodri's achievement and casts a negative light on the event.
But others applaud Real Madrid for taking a stand for defending their players and for potentially exposing what they perceive as a bias in the voting process. They argue that if the Ballon d'Or criteria genuinely favor players like Vinicius Jr. and Carvajal, then the boycott brings much-needed attention to a potential injustice.
It's a fascinating dilemma. Did the boycott amplify the perceived injustice, or did it ultimately distract from Rodri's accomplishment? It's a question that will likely continue to be debated for weeks to come. And that's the beauty of football. It ignites passion, sparks controversy, and keeps us all talking.
Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about the format of this year's Ballon d'Or. Instead of announcing the winner days before the ceremony, they decided to keep it a secret until the very last moment.
Interesting.
It definitely created a ton of buzz and speculation in the lead up to the event.
It felt like they were trying to build suspense, almost like a movie premiere, keeping everyone guessing until the very end.
Exactly. It was a gamble for sure. Did it pay off? Did it make the Ballon d'Or more exciting, or did it feel a bit gimmicky? I mean, we're talking about one of the most prestigious awards in football, not some reality TV show.
Yeah, it's a valid point. On one hand, the element of surprise definitely created a more dramatic and memorable reveal. It was a water cooler moment that had everyone talking. But on the other hand, some might argue that it took away from the focus on the players and their accomplishments.
It's like they were prioritizing the entertainment value over the actual meaning of the award.
Yeah, it's a delicate balance, and it reflects the changing landscape of football in the digital age. With social media and instant news constantly battling for our attention, maybe this new format was an attempt to keep the Ballon d'Or relevant. Keep it trending.
It's like they wanted to create a viral moment. And hey, they probably succeeded. But did they sacrifice some of the award's integrity in the process? It's a question worth pondering.
Now, you can't talk about this year's Ballon d'Or without acknowledging the elephant in the room. For the first time since 2003, neither Messi nor Ronaldo made the final shortlist.
It's a changing of the guard.
It really feels like the end of an era. For so long, they were the dominant force in football, the undisputed kings of the Ballon d'Or. To imagine this award without them was almost unthinkable.
And yet here we are.
It's a testament to the cyclical nature of sports. A new generation of superstars is emerging, and they're ready to stake their claim on the throne.
Players like Rodri, Vinicius Jr, and Ballon, they're all vying for that top spot. It's an exciting time to be a football fan. We're witnessing history in the making.
Absolutely. And maybe, just maybe, all this controversy surrounding this year's Ballon d'Or will serve as fuel for these young players.
Right.
It's a reminder that nothing is guaranteed, that they need to keep pushing boundaries, keep striving for greatness.
This Ballon d'Or could be a turning point. We might look back at this moment as the year everything changed, the year a new era truly began.
But it's not just about individual players. It's about the award itself. This whole saga has forced us to take a hard look at the Ballon d'Or to question whether it's still a true reflection of the world's best player.
Right. Has it become too influenced by popularity, by media narratives, by factors that go beyond pure performance on the pitch? It's a debate worth having.
Maybe it's time to reevaluate the criteria, to find a more transparent and balanced way to judge greatness in this complex and beautiful game. We need to make sure that the Ballon d'Or genuinely honors the best of the best, the players who truly embody the spirit of football.
Because at the end of the day, that's what matters, right? Recognizing excellence, celebrating the brilliance that makes us all fall in love with this sport.
Well said.
All right, folks, we've covered a lot of ground today. It's been a wild ride dissecting this Ballon d'Or roller coaster. We want to hear from you guys now. Did Rodri deserve to win? Was Vinicius Jr. robbed? Was Real Madrid's boycott justified? Head down to the comments section and let's have a discussion.
And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe to Sky Football Talk for more in-depth analyses, passionate debates, and of course a bit of fun along the way. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. We've got a lot more football goodness coming your way.
That's right. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the world of football. Until then, keep the passion alive, and we'll see you on the next one.